A career in tourism can really take you places, more places than you might think. To discover where a career in tourism can take you, visit goplaces.sa.gov.au. Brought to you by the South Australian Tourism Commission. Go places with a career in tourism on Fresh 92.7.
Callum, last month we kicked off Tom and Callum's work experience do-over on air, diving into the amazing adventures right here in our backyard, all while on the clock. From a day in the life at Monado Safari Park to scaling heights with Adelaide Oval Roof Climb, we've been showcasing the best of South Australia's tourism. The initiative is part of South Australian Tourism Commission's Work Experience program in collaboration with top local tourism businesses aimed at inspiring South Aussies to explore the exciting career opportunities within our vibrant tourism industry. And today we're meeting with the winners of SATC's Work Experience opportunities. So let's get right into it. Jacinta, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I am wonderful, thank you.
Now, Jacinta, me and Tom got to do a bunch of stuff with SATC, but we're a bit jealous of you. We've had a look at the stuff you've done, and we think, geez, it's pretty incredible and diverse. I mean, you've done stuff with EOS by Sky City, Seppelsfield, Barossa, and you even prepared a hot air balloon for takeoff. That sounds insane. Can you talk us through a few of those?
Yes, absolutely. So like you said, the week was really, really jam-packed. I'll start with EOS. It was amazing. The service at EOS was definitely a standout, and being able to go behind the scenes for once, it's not something that people usually get to do at a hotel. The view is amazing. The staff were so respectful, and it was just an overall really awesome experience. Seppelsfield in Barossa Valley was a once-in-a-lifetime kind of experience. We actually got to siphon some tawny wine out of a barrel, which is not something that people usually get to do.
Callum and I, we went up to Seppelsfield in Barossa a few months ago.
Yeah.
And we tried their 100-year-old port. We definitely siphoned a lot of that out the barrel.
different kind of siphoning.
Yeah.
No, that was really wonderful. We met with Coco, the general manager there. She was super enthusiastic, and we also got to do a Segway tour at Seppelsfield. I didn't realise there were so many different things, so chucking on the high-vis and going around and having a look where the wine was actually made was really awesome.
Jeez, it's incredible as well, because Seppelsfield is so, scenic and nice. Just to have a work experience there and then do the Segway tour, that'd be incredible.
Absolutely. I think taking into account that learning how to use a Segway for work is quite an interesting career path.
How long did it take you to get the hang of the Segway?
Well, they kind of got us on them and then doing like a little training circuit.
Right.
It was like learning how to drive. We had like little cones and stuff.
Speaking of that kind of stuff, I mean, being on the Segway is thrilling enough, but what about the hot air balloon we hear about? What did you do there?
Gosh. That was a once-in-a-lifetime experience, absolutely. It was really cool to see the whole process from start to finish. I think I was up at 2:15 that day to get out there, so definitely not for our late morning sleepers. But it was really cool to see the science behind it, like checking the weather. They blow up one of those balloons and put it up to see where the wind's going and all kind of stuff like that. And then I guess like the physical effort and seeing the different crews involved. So you've obviously got your balloon pilot captain and then the people on the ground who have to follow the balloon around as they can with the road. So you've got to have really great geographical knowledge and adapt to the situation really well in any of those roles.
Right. And you got to go up in the air in the hot air balloon?
Yes, we did. So we roll it out and then they fill it up with hot air and then we got to go and have a beautiful view of the Barossa.
Yeah, wow. Do you get to have like a picnic up there or anything? What do you do when you get to the top? Do they whip out any cool stuff up there?
No, not really, because I guess the hot air balloon pilot is very focused. He kind of talked about all the different things like his life and how he got to that position. It was a family-run business, what he knows about the agriculture of the region, but he's seen all sorts of things, people proposing or, scattering rose petals for loved ones, things like that. So it's a really serene experience.
Hey, we also heard, Jacinta, you got to go to Kangaroo Island and visit Seal Bay.
Yes, Seal Bay was definitely one of the highlights of my week. So they have the Australian sea lions there.
Yeah.
And we had a guided tour with Ashley all the way down to the beach. So the sea lions would be within 5 meters of you. It was so cute.
Wow.
Wow, that does seem like the dream job, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And it definitely you can see that people have so much passion. And it's one of those things where you don't necessarily need to have any prerequisites. Like some people there would have studied ecology and stuff like that. But other people, if you've got the people skills, the enthusiasm and the care for the animals, you can do that kind of work.
Yeah, sounds like you had an absolute riot of a week.
Absolutely. Like, I just can't believe it happened, to be honest. It was really, really cool.
Would you do it again?
Yes, I would do it again 1,000 times.
And Jacinta, can you tell us, did you have a favourite out of the ones you went to?
The balloon was.
Awesome. Callum, our next winner of the work experience do-over, thanks to SATC, is Harry. Harry, good morning, mate. How are you?
Very well, thanks. How are you?
Yeah,
Very good.
fantastic.
Now, Harry, just like all your counterparts, you did some incredible stuff around South Australia. One of those things being Kangaroo Island Spirits. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Do you get around your drinks and liqueur? Was it cool to visit there?
Yeah, it was actually really cool to go see that. So when we got there, Kylie, the manager, she took us right through they've got this really cool garden where you walk through and it actually showcases all the different ingredients they put in their gin to make it. They grow them all in-house and around. Kylie just took us through. You really get to learn a lot about what's actually going in your drinks.
So, Harry, you also got to be a climb leader at the Adelaide Oval Roof Climb. Callum and I got to do this as well. We did not get the job. How did you go?
I went all right. I very much enjoyed it. Scott, the tourism manager of the Adelaide Oval, took us up, and yeah, he was amazing. Had some really good chats to him. He really showed us that as long as you're sort of willing to talk to people and be really enthusiastic, you've got what it takes really to be in any sort of roles with them.
And is that what you're finding with a lot of these jobs, wherever it is you go, that, you know, it's not that it's easy to get the job, but it's quite accessible. If you have the right training, you can do a fun job like this.
The only prerequisite you need to have is just to be enthusiastic and have passion. In any of the roles that we went and experienced, you can just go straight into them. They'll teach you everything else you need to know. You just need to have that passion.
I take it you don't have a fear of heights then?
I have a small one.
Yeah. Did you do the lean back at the top?
Yeah, you got to do the lean
How
back.
far did you lean back?
As far as I could go.
Yeah, right. Well, that's further than me.
Yeah, you can assume.
I think life is precious, actually, Harry.
Another awesome thing you did here, Harry, you were a zookeeper at Monado Safari Park. How did that go? What animals did you get to see? Did you do any feeding or anything like that?
Monado Safari Park was definitely a highlight for me. I've always been wanting to go there. Went behind the scenes a little bit, got to do their Lion 360 experience and feed a lion, which is pretty epic.
We did the giraffes. Giraffes
are great.
But they absolutely mung down carrots.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they really do. Now, Harry, we also heard you scored a job from some of the connections you made throughout the week. Where are you going to be working?
So I'll be working hopefully soon at the Adelaide Oval. I was having a really good chat to Scott there and managed to grab his business card and then sent him through an email.
Hey, I'd love to come up there and have you as our tour guide.
Yeah, for sure.
Harry, massive congratulations to getting the work experience do-over and, of course, landing this amazing job.
Thank you very much.
Our next guest, we have Millie. And Millie, your path was a little bit different going into SATC. Can you tell us, because you had the chance to discover more about the important work that tourism operators do. What did you learn?
As Harry said, passion is the most important thing in a role in tourism. As long as you've got a good personality and you're passionate about whatever it is, whether that's connecting people to the locations, for example, working at Seal Bay, if you're really passionate about sea lion conservation, that's what's really important. They can teach you all the soft skills, the important facts and things like that. It's just about if you like connecting with people, if you love sharing South Australia with visitors, just having that passion to get to work every day. That's what's most important.
Yeah, Millie, did you ever think you'd land a job in tourism? Did you love Getaway as a kid, or?
I did, yeah. I loved Getaway. I wanted to study tourism. I ended up studying marketing, but with the plan of kind of coming back to tourism.
Yeah, beauty.
So I loved watching those shows. I love going backpacking around the world.
Yeah.
So being able to actually show off South Australia as well was a really exciting opportunity.
And Millie, you said just before you backpacked around the world. How would you compare South Australia and the things we have in our tourism sector to the rest of the world?
I think South Australia is a hidden gem, and that's what I'm really passionate about sharing, is that people from South Australia and from Australia in general go backpacking elsewhere to see a lot of the things that we have in Australia. There's so much opportunity to kind of connect that backpacking community to South Australia in particular. The East Coast is where everyone goes, you know, when they're coming from another country, they go backpacking down the East Coast, and South Australia is just full of amazing opportunities. I'm really passionate about sharing that.
Yeah, so Millie, what skills are required from a career in tourism?
I think, again, it was just that passion and that enthusiasm, being a good people person. You want to be, a lot of the roles are customer facing.
Yeah.
So being able to talk to people, having that passion, sharing it, just being able to excite people. As they did say, you know, there is a bit of repetition, you know, when you're having same groups come through, you know, day in, day out, and you're sharing that information. But that's also the exciting part, is you get to learn from different people, learn what's interesting to them, and then kind of apply the content that is most interesting to them.
Yeah, would you say you were able to learn a lot of these skills on the job?
Yes, yeah, for sure. If you've got that passion, that's all you need to kind of get in the door. They will teach you everything else, whether that's the facts that you need to share or, how to make a bed, how to make a coffee, how to get an air balloon up in the air. They can teach you all of that. It's just about that passion and drive.
Wow. And you say how sociable it is and you're meeting so many different people. Was that the best part, seeing all of these tourists lighting up with a smile?
I think that's what's always interested me most about working in tourism, is that you're basically always dealing with people who are on holiday. That's like their best form of themselves. They're excited, they're not at work, they're just happy to be there. So you're constantly dealing with people who just want to have fun. They're fun to be around, and you get to make the experience even more special for them.
Amazing. Hey, before we wrap things up, we'll get all three of you guys to give us one word. How would you describe your SATC work experience?
In one word, that's tough. Everything I'm coming up with is hyphenated, so it doesn't really count as one
I'll
word.
let it slide.
Awe-inspiring?
Awe-inspiring.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Definitely, I think the word that would describe the week is surreal.
Surreal.
Cool.
How's the serenity? Harry.
The word that just sort of encapsulates it all would just be insane.
Great.
Perfect. Well, just remember, Adelaide, if your first job didn't pan out, no worries. There's always a chance for a fresh start. South Australia's tourism scene is bursting with cool opportunities to explore and make a real impact. Whether you're into guiding hospitality or something else entirely, there's something for everyone. Proudly brought to you by the South Australian Tourism Commission. It's time to choose tourism and go places with your career. Visit goplaces.sa.gov.au